zone. He throws. What a catch! C.D. Lamb for a Cowboys touchdown.
Welcome to our third episode of Gridiron Elite. Now we're going to be talking about games, the two games, the championship games, leading up to the Super Bowl, and then we'll get into our first mock draft of the year.
All I gotta say,
Thomas, and this is Houston.
What's up, y'all?
So,
Joe Shiesty, baby.
Joe Shiesty.
Joe Shiesty. Nobody believed in him.
Nobody.
I did, though.
Yeah.
Me. No one else did but me.
I don't know about that. I think he's pretty good.
Come on now. Well, you tripping.
I still think he has stuff to prove. He's got to win it.
I don't know how I feel about that, though. I don't know if I want to...
I still think the Chiefs are a better team. I just think
They got comfortable.
They got way too comfortable. Like, blowing an 18-point lead. That's ridiculous.
Like Atlanta. But that's besides the point. I think we saw what a good Bengals team can do. They did the same thing in Week 17.
And they're just getting better, if you think about it.
Yeah, every week they've gotten better. Like those seven losses they got, really, it was not really necessarily fluke losses, but like, I think those came like earlier in the season, like before they caught their stride. But they did the same thing against the Chiefs in Week 17. They came back and won to clinch the AFC. What are they in the North?
AFC North.
Yeah, that's what they did Week 17.
Well, all right.
It's not really much to talk about other than the Chiefs got comfortable.
Yeah.
They blew an 18-point lead, and we don't got to see Mahomes no more. So, well, at least in the Super Bowl this year. But
all right. One thing I want to say about the Bengals. Congratulations. However, I got to start like that. 3 weeks in a row, Joe Burrow and Evan McPherson have just brought the wins back to back to back. But
that O-line.
Let's talk about the O-line is terrible.
Oh my God.
What about Eli Apple? Like 200 yards a game, and he's just going on Twitter.
And then proceeds to go on Twitter. You know, the city of New Orleans is kind of trash.
It's just ridiculous. Like
you can't get burnt and then you can get burnt every game in the playoffs and then go on Twitter.
You let Tyreek Hill get a slant for 5 yards.
And then after he wasn't even guarding Tyreek Hill on that last game. I mean, the last play of the Chiefs game, it was Jesse Bates and I forgot the corner who picked it off. But like Jesse Bates had swatted the ball, and after the game, Eli Apple he even added him. And I forgot what he said.
He put at Cheetah on Twitter.
Yeah, and then
oh my God.
And Tyreek Hill was like, don't at me.
Talk to me.
Yeah, talk to me IRL. And I was just like,
IRL.
I mean, he can't really do that, but
Eli Apple.
It's kind of stupid, but
I think the Chiefs' defense didn't play that bad, to be honest. I think they need to get off the field on third down, but then also the offense needs to help them and stop. I think they were way too conservative at the end of that game. Not even just the whole second half. Andy Reid was just calling run, Darrell Williams and Jarrett McKinnon, and then on third down just go on check down 2 yards, and then the one go for on the 4th and 1. It's just way too conservative.
Then when they finally decided to go somewhat aggressive in overtime, we saw how that went.
Yeah.
After winning the coin toss, didn't you see Josh Allen? He had tweeted out pain.
Cry about it. Wow.
Cry about it. Oh wow. That's how you feel?
Oh my goodness.
Anyways, I guess we'll move on to the next game. The Rams versus the 49ers.
All right.
That game was kind of weird.
Yeah, it really was. I mean,
we saw a lot of drops.
I wasn't even home for the second half, and I left, and it was 17-7. I come back.
It's 21-7.
It's 20-17. I'm like, what is going on?
We saw a lot of drops that game. A lot of crucial ones, at least. We saw. I suck at pronouncing his name. Skornick, that one receiver, Skornick, that's always making some type of play on punts.
Oh, 18 on the Rams?
Yeah, 18 on the Rams. He dropped a wide open touchdown that was beautifully placed by Matthew Stafford.
That's
and
ridiculous.
I think it was no, he's on the Chiefs. I think it was Jimmy Ward who dropped like a easy interceptions, which probably I think it was late in the game, but that game probably would have went a different direction if he would have caught it.
Yeah, it definitely would have. What is going on? So like Jimmy G, when at the end of that game, you saw when he was getting pressured on that last play.
Wasn't it only like third down or second?
I think
it wasn't
third.
fourth.
No,
so he could have took the sack.
He could have took the sack and then gone for it on fourth, and instead he just
he
tossed it up 8 feet to his.
He tapped into his inner Mahomes last year and wanted to throw the ball when he was parallel to the ground.
Yeah.
Now, granted, that ball looked kind of not too catchable, but like
it was a little bit. It was catchable.
It looks like if it was like a receiver, they would have caught it.
Did you see how small that little running back was?
But it was a running back.
He was like 5'8" probably.
Wasn't that Elijah Mitchell?
I don't think so. He had longer hair.
Oh, I don't know who their backup running back is.
No, I don't know.
But every notable player on that Rams team has never been to a Super Bowl, has never been to an NFC really has never got past the first round in the playoffs, other than Von Miller, who came from the Broncos. But
Von Miller was the one who really got back on those plays at the end of the game. Like a lot of edge rushers in the NFL just like.
Because they get there and they end up getting double teamed when they finally get there, and then the interior linemen come and clean it up. But that's
a lot of these defensive ends and
they don't get enough credit sometimes.
Outside linebackers, they don't try until it really matters.
You got a point.
Yeah, because others block, release, and then just do this on pass.
Either that or you try to run straight past them because they know they're probably faster than a linebacker.
Yeah.
Now some of them can do that, but not all. Not all of them are built like that. Michael Parsons can, but. But yeah, congratulations to OBJ, Matthew Stafford, that whole Rams team, and congratulations to Joe Shiesty. That's
Joe Burr.
That's my guy.
Congratulations.
And we got to give him so much credit, bro.
Turning that team around after they
not even turning the team around, playing with a sorry O-line. Like, we saw 9 sacks in the Titans game, still won that game. We didn't see him get sacked that many, but we saw him. He escaped a sack from Chris Jones. Did you see that? Where Chris Jones had him by the back of his jersey, and he pulled away and ran. It was I think it was third down. It was late in the game too. I think it was a game tying drive.
I did see that.
But he had pulled away and then ran to get the first. That was crazy. Cause Chris Jones is a big dude. And imagine him pulling you. Like that. But
he's humongous.
I always forget. Joe Burrow is not small at all.
Nah, he's big.
I don't know what his height is off the top of my head, but I saw him to the reporter at the end of the game. Joe Burrow is massive. He's 6'4". I just looked it up. But Joe Burrow is humongous.
I think that interior line is what's stopping them. I think the right side of the line is not that bad, really.
But give them a good line all around the board. I think they're an elite team.
Yeah, I think the right guard or right tackle, I don't know. Hakeem Adeniji, he's from around here where we are. He's really good. I think he was a steal. I think he was
and then Jonah Williams. He's not that bad.
Yeah, Hakeem was 180th overall in the 2020 draft.
I feel like some of the linemen just need time to develop, but that center gotta go.
Center's gotta go.
That center gotta go. He was getting bullied by Jeffrey Simmons that entire game against the Titans. But that's in the past now. Joe Burrow, he was in the locker room getting turned up, but they going to the Super Bowl. They're going to LA. But it seems like
who would have thought?
I don't think anyone at the beginning of the season did, but really anybody didn't at the end of the season. But my guy Dan Orlovsky, he called it at the beginning of the season. He called it.
His takes are really good sometimes.
Sometimes, but
His football playing, not so much, but we're not going to get into that.
But 2 weeks until the Super Bowl, we'll see if any tomfoolery goes on in those 2 weeks. Because, it's those 2 weeks before you go to the Super Bowl, you going out, going to bars, don't get drunk.
Yeah. Get a driver, NFL players.
You don't want to get suspended.
You do not.
The week before the Super Bowl, and that end up being the reason your team loses or something like that.
That would not be good. Especially with the Pro Bowl coming up, too. This Sunday at 2 o'clock Central. Have fun. Don't do dumb stuff.
That's about it, though. We got 2 weeks to the Super Bowl, so. But today, we're gonna bring y'all something new. We're doing our first mock draft for this year. We're doing every team. We're probably gonna do like specific teams in the future, but like today, we're just gonna do every team. What direction we feel they should go. With a pick in the first round only. And we'll explain, and then we'll just, if that person agrees, they do, and if they don't, they don't. We did our own separate one, so that's how it's gonna go.
So I do think our first 2 picks are the same.
Yeah.
Evan Neal going number 1. I think he's just a big body.
That's what Trevor Lawrence needs.
That's what he needs.
Because I mean, was running for his life back there.
Running for his life, for real.
Every other game. Not even every game. Even those 3 games they won, he was probably running for his life. Because be honest, who really sat down and watched a Jags game?
Not me.
I don't even think Jags fans watched the Jags game. I haven't watched not one Jags game ever.
I watched the
season.
end of that game against the Colts, Week 18, and he ran for his life.
I just saw the highlights, but
that's ridiculous.
But yeah, then I think we both got Aiden Hutchison going second.
We also do. I mean, I think he's just a beast. He's just a pure athlete.
There's not really much you can say about it. He's just like
best available.
He's the raw talent you need in an edge rusher.
You just can't pass up on a guy like that.
Whenever he's there, you take it.
Played sensational last year without the fans in there, and you're like.
And he played pretty good this year too.
Great.
I think better than last season.
Even better.
He broke a record at Michigan too, most sacks in a season.
That's crazy.
Sadly, they didn't really go far after that, but
they lost the eventual national championship.
National championship.
All right, for 3.
I think this is where we split. Controversial right here.
Yeah, this is. I think I got them taking the best available. Kayvon Thibodeau, Oregon. What do you got?
I got Derek Stingley out of LSU.
I see him eventually dropping.
I just feel they have. I feel like you need to pressure the quarterback, but like, who needs to be like their corners are so subpar. Who are? I can't name their starting corner. Can you?
No, but I do think help them out by getting this beast of a man, just getting past that line.
But they have the cap space to go after that, and I'm pretty sure they have the cap space to go after that in free agency.
They got the cap space for the corners too. You can't always find an edge rusher like that.
You're right though, but
you're right too.
I just feel like you go. Me personally, I'll go Stingley. I feel like you can really do whatever you want right here, considering you have the 3rd overall pick. So like.
That's what you lose for, and just all these years in a row.
Granted, not every pick is gonna be a good one, but we've seen that in the past. Jamarcus Russell, but
maybe the McNair family will actually do a smart pick this year instead of like giving away your pick last year for David Johnson.
We don't speak on that one. I think Texans fans are still mad at that. Texas Johnson and like a 2nd or 3rd for D-Hop?
For D-Hop.
Such a trash package. But on to the 4th pick. I have the Jets taking Tyler Linderbaum, center out of Iowa, because Zach Wilson, yeah, he threw a whole bunch of picks this season, but I feel like it comes off the premises that, like, he was playing, like, I think he was playing, like, top D lines most of the time. So I feel like you give him a good center, Tyler Linderbaum being, like, the best center in his draft, you give him the best center, and I feel like we see where he goes from there. And then we see if, like, he's the quarterback we want to build around for our future. Because I feel like he can be a top 10 quarterback in the league with his skill sets that we saw at BYU. Because I saw a lot of people comparing him to Patrick Mahomes. Like a YouTuber I watch, Bangle, he did a draft comparison. He compared him to Mahomes. So I feel like they try to protect him more. They already got Mekhi Becton, who's a beast, who they drafted 2 years ago. And they got Elijah Vera Tucker. Yeah, they got him in the second round last year. So,
first round.
I think. Yeah, it was first round. Was it? Yeah, that was their second first round pick.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think they built around him. So, who do you got?
I got still best available. I mean, they really need an offensive lineman, but I just don't think you take a center this high. I do have him dropping first round, though. I got the Jets taking Kyle Hamilton. They have another first-round pick coming up soon, though.
Yeah, considering their starting safety is Ashton Davis, I'm pretty sure that's.
They got Marcus May, but I don't think he's gonna come back.
Yeah, they franchise tagged him, but I don't think relations is pretty. I don't think they're strong right now.
Didn't he request a trade like?
I think so.
A while back.
I think so. And their other safety is Ashton Davis, who you don't really hear him that much. So that's a good pick. Kyle Hamilton, that's a good pick.
Yeah, I think he's just the best available. So.
The fifth pick in the first round, I have the New York Giants taking Garrett Wilson. Because they said it themselves. I saw a statement on Instagram the other day saying, I think it was somebody in the Giants organization. They had said we didn't put Daniel Jones in the right situation to get better. And I don't think they're wrong. You didn't really build around him that much. You paid Kenny Golladay, what was it,
I think
50?
Like 19 million.
Regardless, it was a lot of money for a receiver. And he did nothing. And he got Kadarius Toney. He played good when he actually played. I'm pretty sure he was injured for half the season.
And punching people in the face.
Okay. But I think you start building around him. You give him 2 more years, and then because he doesn't have no receivers at all. I think he still got Darius Slayton, who's mid.
Sterling Shepard.
Kenny Golladay, obviously mid. I think you just go receiver here to build around your quarterback, who you want to be your quarterback of the future. It's looking like it's getting kind of late for them to do that.
I think this is Daniel Jones' last shot. I mean, look at that neck injury this year. I don't know. I think they can do something with these receivers for now. I think they just need to help them. I got them taking Ikem Ekwonu out of NC State. They really just need some help because Andrew Thomas didn't start being good until about this year at the other tackle spot. So I got them just not letting the edge keep passing, just taking them.
You don't like to see your quarterback have a neck injury at all. You don't want to see any player with a neck injury.
No.
But on to the 6th pick, my Panthers. I have them taking tackle out of Mississippi State, Charles Cross.
And so do I. Just a big body.
I feel like Sam Darnold, regardless, Sam Darnold isn't good. I feel like we try and get something. I feel like we go full swing with Deshaun Watson at quarterback, try and get him. If that requires trading McCaffrey, I hate to say it, but so be it. Because we have Chuba Hubbard. He's a solid running back. I feel like we can develop him into more. And even if we don't trade McCaffrey, I feel like we start trying to run a 2-back type system with Chuba Hubbard and McCaffrey, so McCaffrey doesn't have to get 80% of the Panthers snaps. So I feel like we take Charles Cross, and try and get any. Because regardless, the quarterback, if it doesn't have protection, he is hard to play good. But we take Charles Cross at the tackle spot because we have Brady Christensen at the other one, but Matt Rule, he said his arms were too short to play tackle, but he played pretty good at BYU playing tackle. But I feel like our O-line is just is bottom of the barrel though. We need O-line like desperately.
I think, yeah, y'all are just desperate for somebody that can actually block. Charles Cross, I am still going to y'all too.
All right, next pick. It was actually your pick for the Giants. It's the Giants still. It's just at the 7th pick. I have them taking Ikem Ekwonu.
Yeah.
Same reasoning, quarterback, no protection, and you don't want to draft a rookie receiver and not have a line. So
I got them taking a corner here. I got them taking Andrew Booth Jr. out of Clemson because as much as people want to praise James Bradbury, he gives up a lot of yards. He gave up like 700, 800 yards this year. And they were talking about lockdown Bradbury. I don't think so. But he was a former Panther. He played really good there.
But same. He had the same problem though.
Yeah.
He would let off big plays in the moments where you didn't really need to let off a big play. Now we're gonna try and speed this up a little bit. For the 8th pick, I have the Falcons taking Kyle Hamilton here. You don't really have a safety that much. I know people saying Kyle Pitts, Matty Ice. I just think defense right now is your main focus. Because you got a veteran quarterback, you got Kyle Pitts, you got a solid offense. So I think you just try and make do with what you got there. But your defense is subpar. You got A.J. Terrell, who kind of stepped into a big role for that defense. You still got the, in my opinion, still a top 15 inside linebacker duo in Foyesade Olukun and Deion Jones.
Yeah.
It's not, their secondary is kind of questionable. Their D-line can be kind of questionable, but I feel they go safety here.
I got them going offense because I don't know if Ridley's going to come back. There's been a lot of rumors about him going to the Eagles because of that Bama connection. They have Russell Gage, they have Kyle Pitts, but who else? I mean, I got them taking Garrett Wilson at Ohio State.
Good pick. For the 9th pick, I have the Broncos taking Devin Lloyd, linebacker out of Utah.
I agree. I think they just need a run stopper. I mean,
they just can never really stop the run. I think there's really not much more to it. They just need a solid tackler.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Jets got the 10th pick here. I got them taking Derek Stingley Jr. out of LSU. They just need a corner.
This is where I had Kayvon Thibodeau getting took. Fell to the 10th. Goes to the Jets. I feel like they need that edge presence, and Kayvon Thibodeau, like you said, he was former #1 player in the nation coming in high school and into college, and then he was, I think, first team Pac-12 in almost every one of his seasons other than like his first one, because I know he got hurt. But he got hurt this year, but I think he was still first team Pac-12. And I think you just need that raw talent coming off the edge. He could work on his power moves a little bit. He relies on his... No, he could work on his speed moves because he kind of relies on his strength a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But getting with these... Yeah, coming to these big boys, 6'7", 300-pound linemen, you can't really just knock them over. So you got to hit them with like a couple spin moves or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing about having multiple first-round picks.
You get to, if you feel like you messed up, you get to try and regain your validation, or however you want to say it. For the 11th pick, I have the Washington football team, who's changing their name tomorrow, I'm pretty sure. We get the name reveal tomorrow. I think apparently there was a leak saying it's gonna be
The Admirals.
I think it's like the Admirals or like the Commanders or something like that.
So like a lieutenant type.
Yeah, some like related to the Army or something like that. But I think they take quarterback here, cause Taylor Heineke it's not the move. Ryan Fish is he even on that team?
He is, but
He's not the move.
He was at a Bills game.
He was at the Bills game in the stands, but I just think you go quarterback. That's the obvious move here, and
I think they take quarterback too. I think they take Matt Corral, Ole Miss.
Yeah, Matt Corral out of Ole Miss is who I got too. 12th pick, I have the Vikings taking Ahmad Gardner.
Yes, and I got them taking Sauce.
Had a immaculate college career and allowed no touchdowns at all. Even against Alabama, which everyone was like, J-Mo is gonna get a touchdown on you. Even though he got hurt in the second half, he really wasn't a factor until that one. That was, never mind. What am I talking about? That was in the national championship.
Mechie got injured in that game.
Yeah, but he was guarding Jameson Williams. What is his name? Williams. Yeah. But he didn't really do anything that whole game other than like a couple screen passes. That's about it. But they just need corner. Their defense is it's starting to deteriorate. Their defense is getting old. It seems like they've had the same defense since like 2015.
Kinda, yeah.
Eric Kendricks, Harrison Smith, who's in his 30s now.
Daniel Hunter.
Yeah, Daniel Hunter. But I think they just start looking to draft defense here. But for the 13th pick, I have the Browns taking, if I'm correct, 6'5" contested catch monster Drake London out of USC.
I got them taking a receiver. I think they need a playmaker. I got them taking Chris Olave at Ohio State.
I feel like they take Drake London because you got Jarvis Landry. I don't know how long he's going to stay. I still feel like he's a solid receiver when healthy. So I feel like you get that other receiver where you can, if you're in the end zone, you throw it up to him because any corner on him is a mismatch. Because you don't see no 6'3" corners in the NFL that much anymore.
And the Browns rely a lot on their tight ends. So
yeah, so you like to see a receiver that looks like a tight end. For the next pick, I have another receiver going. Another big receiver. I have the Baltimore Ravens taking Treylon Burks, 6'3" receiver out of Arkansas.
I got them taking Jameson Williams. He did tear his ACL in the national championship. I do believe he'll be back in September for training camp.
Haven't seen any red flags raised about him, considering the ACL tear. But Treylon Burks, once again, another big receiver. Not like Drake London, but like he's more of a DK Metcalf. Ravens, they need receivers bad. They drafted Rashad Bateman, but I didn't really hear his name. But their receivers are very small. They got Marquise Brown. They have Rashad Bateman. Devin Duvernay, who's from where we are, right down the street. They're all under 5'10". 5'10" pretty much. I feel like you just need that 6'3" receiver to go against these corners.
They relied on Mark Andrews a lot this year. That's like over 1,000 yards for sure. So.
Next pick, the Eagles with back-to-back picks at 15 and 16. I have them taking corner Trent McDuffie out of Washington with their first pick.
I got the first pick. I got them taking edge rusher George Karlaftis out of Purdue. Had a great freshman season and played a little bit worse last year, but this year he just stepped up and did even better. So good pick.
Yeah, with their 16th pick, I got them taking David Ojabo out of Michigan. He played very good this year. We saw him play very good in that Ohio State game. He can pretty much do it all. That's really all I gotta say about that. He can do it all as an edge rusher.
Yeah, for my 16th, I got them taking DeMarvin Leal out of Texas A&M. So Karlaftis and Leal, that's a defensive tackle and an edge rusher. So who knows how long Fletcher Cox and Brandon Graham are going to stay. So
Knowing they're getting kind of old.
yes.
And with the 17th pick, I have the Chargers taking. This might be kind of surprising considering people were yelling he deserved the Heisman earlier in the season. But I have him taking Jordan Davis, defensive tackle out of Georgia. Very big dude. 6'6", 340. He's just
Humongous.
just massive. Can't really stop him at all. I feel like especially on that Chargers defense, I feel like he'll fit in perfectly. But he's on the. Is Uchenna Nwosu on the Chargers?
No,
Yeah, with Uchenna Nwosu on the edge. Then you got who's on the other side?
You got Joey Bosa.
Yeah, Joey Bosa had a brain fart there. You got Kenneth Murray, who's a solid linebacker. So I think you plug up the middle with Jordan Davis, big body up the middle, can cause some disturbance, cause some double teams, which opens up the things for edge rushers and anybody else that's on a blitz. So.
Yeah, I also have them taking Jordan Davis, just the perfect pick. I mean, if you looked at them in the playoffs, they're giving up way too many yards against the Raiders specifically, Week 18.
The 18th pick, I have the Saints taking wide receiver Jameson Williams out of Alabama. I don't know. I have him dropping just because of the ACL injury. I think you don't want to see a ACL injury in a receiver before the draft. But who knows? We don't know how he's going to recover. Because we saw what injuries did to George Pickens, who was considered the number one receiver in his class last year or 2 years ago. Then he got injured and then he dropped to early mid-second round. So I feel like they're gonna take the chance, not knowing if Michael Thomas is gonna be back next year. Because I've heard some trade rumors with him. So I feel like he just take the chance on Jameson Williams.
Yeah, I got them taking receiver too that you had earlier that you're high on. Drake London, just a massive guy. He can be a playmaker. So.
With the 19th pick, I have the Eagles taking Lewis Cine out of Georgia.
Nice pick. I got the Eagles taking Kenyon Green out of A&M because I think Jason Kelsey might retire. Brandon Brooks retired. So I think they might move Landon Dickerson to center and get this, plug up the holes. Get the line moving again.
Well, Lewis Cine is a very, can't think of the word right now, but he's a physical, there it is. He's a very physical safety. He's not scared to come down and lay a hit on you. So I think you draft that, and then that helps your defense, your secondary a lot. That's pretty much it. With the next pick, I have the Pittsburgh Steelers drafting Kenny Pickett, quarterback out of Pittsburgh, because we all know in the last week, I'm pretty sure it was official, Big Ben announced his retirement. So I don't think you rely on Dwayne Haskins or Mason Rudolph to be your next quarterback. I feel like you just go ahead and start fresh here.
I agree. I think that's just he's a playmaker too. He can run. He can throw very accurately. He has a great arm. I got Kenny Pickett going 20th.
With the 21st pick, I have the Patriots going Andrew Booth, who you drafted earlier. J.C. Jackson, we don't know if he's coming back. It's not 100%. But that secondary is just... We saw it when they went into overtime with the Dallas, how CeeDee Lamb just somehow got open. I feel like you can't really allow that. So I feel like you go Andrew Booth to go ahead and get both of those sides, try and get both of those sides locked down.
That's a really good pick, especially with Jalen Mills giving up those big plays. I do have them taking an edge rusher here. I got them taking David Ojabo out of Michigan.
The 22nd pick, I have the Raiders taking who you took earlier as well, Chris Olave. I feel like that whole situation that we should not talk about with Henry Ruggs. He got his Hunter Renfrow, Zay Jones. I feel like he go receiver here to kind of get something working and try and give Derek Carr a chance to throw to anyone other than that's not named Darren Waller or Hunter Renfrow. So.
Yeah, I got the Raiders taking a receiver here too. Treylon Burks, who you drafted earlier at Arkansas. Big receiver.
Big dude. With the 23rd pick, I have the Cardinals taking Khair Alam out of Florida. I feel like they should prioritize secondary a little bit because we saw it against the Rams and a little bit in the season they kind of let off some big plays. You can't really rely on Buda Baker when you have him in the box that much. So.
Yeah, I have the same pick. I think if you looked at his season this year, it was just fantastic, and it was one of the right things in Gainesville. Helped his draft stock a lot.
With the 24th pick, I have the Dallas Cowboys taking linebacker out of Georgia, Nakobe Dean. He's an elite tackler, one of the best in the NCAA. It's not much to it. You already got Michael Parsons, who's a nice edge rusher who can play linebacker like Nakobe Dean can sometimes, but I feel like you go Nakobe Dean and go ahead and get that linebacker spot locked down.
I agree. I also have that pick. Great tackler.
With the 25th pick, I have the Bills going edge Trayvon Walker out of Georgia.
I agree. I think they could really use an edge rusher. They did drafted Gregory Rousseau last year, so
he had
a
pretty nice season this year too. He took a massive drop last year. Some people were ranking him third, but he fell all the way. Later in the season, he was falling off of people's mock draft boards all the way to some people even second round. But he's playing like a first round pick this year.
Titans.
The Titans, I have them taking Sam Howell. It's just point blank period. Ryan Tannehill is not the move at all. He's just a subpar quarterback at best.
I agree. I think they'll have to give him a second chance though. I think a lot of these GMs, you don't always just find a quarterback like that. I don't know if they'll agree with that. I think they got edge rusher Jermaine Johnson out of Florida State is what I got to.
I just feel like Ryan Tannehill, he went to the playoffs 3 times in a row. Is it? I feel like he puts the team in some bad situations with the throws he likes to make. He'll show glimpses at times, but this late in the season, glimpses isn't enough. We need like playmaking. So I feel like this is why they go quarterback. But with the 27th pick, I have the Bucs taking Roger McCreary, especially after how they lost to the Rams. Over the top, got wide open. I think that was like the light switch that they need to take corner.
I think this is something I've been saying for a very long time. The Bucs corners, people just think, oh, that defense is fantastic. The D-line is, but not the corners. They just give up way too many plays. I got them taking Trent McDuffie out of Washington.
Took him earlier. And then with the 28th pick, I have the Green Bay Packers selecting Jahan Dotson out of Penn State, the speedster, actually. I feel like, let's consider, we don't know if that was Aaron Rodgers' last time in Arrowhead. Lambeau Field. We don't know. I've heard trade rumors with Devontae Adams. So I feel like you just go, regardless, you go receiver because you don't got to go quarterback. You got Jordan Love who can, I feel like he can play at a high level of quarterback.
He's been sitting behind Rodgers for 2 years.
Yeah, I feel like you've learned enough behind Rodgers to at least play like a decent quarterback. So they go receiver here.
Yeah, I got them also taking Jahan Dotson. Just basically, you took the words out of my mouth. So.
With the 29th pick, I have the Dolphins taking Trevor Penning. Tua just needs that protection to make the reads he can. Because Tua's a smart player. He's very intelligent. I just feel like he doesn't have the time to. I feel like he needs that time because we see him throw a lot of checkdowns, but the thing is because the line doesn't really give him a chance.
I agree. I also haven't taken Trevor Penny. He's just a big body. I believe he's 6'7", 330, I think. So.
Closing in on the last picks of the first round, I have the Chiefs with a 30th pick taking Daxton Hill, corner out of Michigan. Not much to say. Regardless, yeah, if you can move him to safety. If he can play corner at times, move him there. But regardless, Daniel Sorensen has to go. He gives up too many big plays.
They give him way too many seconds.
Yeah, he misses too many tackles, and I feel like it's time for him to get replaced.
I agree. I also have Daxton Hill.
The 31st pick, I have the Bengals taking Kenyon Green. That's self-explanatory. If you watch football, you know why they're taking O-line. It's just point blank obvious. Especially interior, because that center is bad. Jeffrey Simmons was bullying him all game when they played the Bengals, so that's just self-explanatory.
Yeah, I got your former 4th overall pick, Tyler Linderbaum, going 31. I don't think any other teams need a center that bad, so I think the inside is really where they're hurting on. So
I feel like if he's athletic enough, you can move him anywhere you want. So,
yeah.
And with this pick right here, the Detroit Lions pick is going to conclude this mock draft. But first, they have decided to pick Desmond Ridder, quarterback out of Cincy, who some people had going in the top 10. But me personally, I feel like he drops, considering the competition he played. And I just feel like Jared Goff is not the move here. You traded your franchise quarterback for Jared Goff, and he's going to the Super Bowl this year, and y'all went 2-15. So
yeah, I mean, I got them taking a quarterback too. I do like Desmond Ridder. I just don't like him in the first round. I got them taking Sam Howell out of North Carolina.
Good pick. I feel like same reason, and they just need a quarterback because Jared Goofball, my fault. Yeah, he's just not the move right now. So, because I feel like that Lions team has a future, but that's about it.
Yeah, they got a really good running back duo with DeAndre Swift and Jamal Williams. I mean,
Amon-Ra St. Brown stepped into a role late in the season.
Good free agency pickup in Brian Reynolds too. So
They do need to draft some receivers.
they do.
That receiving room is atrocious.
I mean, in the second round they could have George Pickens. So
yeah, there's still a lot of good receiver talent on the board. But other than that concludes this episode and this mock draft. If you want to see more, hear more, go listen to us on Spotify. Just type in Gridiron Elite in the search bar. That's it, y'all. I say the same thing at the end of every episode. Just like, comment, subscribe, and share.
Share with everybody.
Yeah, anyone you know, even if they don't like football, tell them to share with their friends that do like football. That's gonna conclude this episode, and we'll see y'all next week.
See you guys.